Big Hard Books and Classics. With your host, Alan Mahan. Good morning, BookTube. I'm Alan. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to start a new playlist, and it's going to be on Dubliners because I still might continue to do short story Sunday where I'll pick a short story and read it. And that's how this all came about. I picked Evelyn, one of my favorite stories in Dubliners, and read it. It was hard to read. But then I started reading my notes in here and things and thought, why not? It's 100 years old, 2016, or some people count the date it was published, in 1916. So I'm wondering why they were saying the 100th anniversary was 1914. Anyhow, Joyce breaks what's called Freytag's pyramid, which suggests that a clear beginning consisting of a proper intro of the setting and characters, a middle discussing the conflict that would lead to a climax, and the end that ties the story together with a denouement are indisputably to any written work of fiction. Well, Joyce goes against that because he puts the story's conflict in the beginning of the story. A lot do not include a resolution at the end. Thus, the reader must consider her own cliffhanger. Rather than giving us a realization, it's a Greek epiphany, meaning to display or to show forth. There's nothing about realization in this. Araby, the boarding house, Evelyn do not conform to the critical definition of an epiphany being a realization. Rather, Joyce's as an experience. I'm trying to think of what Beckett said. It's in here probably somewhere in my annotations, but Beckett said, and I'll Google this, I'll find it. Beckett said that Joyce does not write about the thing, he writes the thing itself. In Dubliners, the dead often expose a deficiency in the living, especially in Sisters, Painful Case, Ivy League in the Committee Room, and The Dead. It goes from youth to public life, these stories. 3 are about childhood, the second 3 adolescence, third 3 growing up, and the following about maturity. The Dead is set aside on its own. Themes of paralysis start early with the sisters. I think I'll read that story today too after this. Paralysis, stuck in a routine, ruts, longing for escape from Dublin, from Ireland in general, escape from the drunkenness and alcohol. There's themes of an inability to move forward in life, to seize opportunities. They're stuck in the familiar. There's a lot of fear of death, fear of Catholic hell. Will Self at the Joyce Center, I think there's a, did I read the article or is he on, I have a video on YouTube, but he put forth the idea of look to the characters blocking and look at them like actors on a stage, their movements. The coordination of sound and vision in these stories, where the light comes from. Remember, there was no electric light in 1904. Know where the characters are located within the scenes, like a playwright. Sights and smells of the city, contemporary Ireland, put forth a real world into literature, the immediate. And of all the great singers are in the past. I think Gabriel says that as if none currently alive are worth anything. Joyce was a fine tenor and almost pursued singing as a career. Paralysis, every story affected by ties to the past, to history, family, to Ireland herself. Epiphanies, every story has a moment of clarity. Now here we go back to is it an epiphany, a realization, like a religious experience epiphany, or is it the Greeks to show forth and to where a decision is made or not made? An idea is discovered or it is lost. Either you stay or do you go?
Like spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
See, I'm tempted to go right into Evelyn analysis. So I just want. My channel is not meant to be a lecture series. It's meant to be a discussion. I'm trying to drum up interest in some discussions. The characters feel humiliation over their situations, and they're caught up in their dilemmas and difficulties or overcome. Or not. So let's move on to the sisters next. This is already kind of long. Thanks for putting up with me. I'm working with the sound. I have a new cell phone and the microphone is not working. I've already tried a new phone. I've turned it in. I've tried clip-on mics. I've tried shooting this from YouTube. A little frustrating.